Well, let's kick it off. Welcome, guys. Again, back to another Inner Circle call. And today, as Al said, we're discussing AI productivity boom, right? This is not hype, not someday, right? This is not maybe when things slow down. We're talking about what operators are actually doing with AI now and how the smartest founders are already recognizing their entire business and building their entire business, reorganizing it around this new force multiplier. By the end of today's episode, you'll walk away with real examples of entrepreneurs using AI to win. You're going to learn some top tasks that every founder should automate starting tomorrow, and how AI becomes your second line leader in a sense, and how to create systems, SOPs, and job cost cutting in minutes. So you're going to have to excuse me. I got a bit of a cold, but we're going to get started. Okay. Now, AI for execution and not hype. This is like, let's take out the noise, stick it all out. Here's what we're going to jump into. So right now, there are two types of founders and really two type of people when we come to AI discussions. The first group thinks AI is complicated. They think it's for tech companies, and they think they're too busy to learn it. Okay. The second group, the winners, are using AI to cut administrative work in half, build systems much faster, increase accuracy, and eliminate operational chaos. And here's the part that nobody tells you. The biggest AI wins aren't happening in tech companies. They're actually happening in smaller organizations like landscape businesses, plumbing companies, construction firms, HVACs, cleaning companies, and contractor-led organizations who just want to run tighter operations. Let me give you an example. I'm sure a few of us in this room have heard of Alex Harmon, right? He's got a lot of stuff out there. And Alex openly shares that AI now completes 80% of the research and drafting work that his companies used to do manually. 80%. Like, can you imagine how much time his organization has saved and money, right? AI has helped his team build onboarding modules, SOPs, sales scripts, internal playbooks. He says, and he's been quoted to say, AI lets small teams produce at the level of teams 5 times their size. That is why you find that those organizations, the service organizations, have started to pivot to AI because they're understanding the power that it lets them access. Another very famous entrepreneur, Gary V from Gary Vaynerchuk, who is known for Gary VaynerMedia. Gary V scaled a complete marketing empire. You see him online all the time. And he's on record for saying that AI has shaved 30% of the friction in their creative process. AI drafts proposals, it summarizes meetings, it analyzes trends, and it builds true briefs. For once, he said that he had a 15,000 person agency that sees a return on investment. If that size of an organization is using AI and sees 30% improvements, imagine what you can do with 10 and a 15 person organization, right? It's going to be so much simpler to bring on. Now, one of my favorites, and I've been following her for years now. Her name is Cody Sanchez. She's from Contrarian Thinking. You got to look her up. Cody has hundreds of small businesses under her portfolio, and she uses AI to automate hiring, standardize operations, document required companies, and SOPs that used to take months. She says most small businesses die from disorganization, and AI is how you scale them fast. It has now become a competitive advantage for her business. Now, why am I talking about these people? Because I want to share with you that this isn't just like, hey, a thing that Willie and I have been talking about. This is real application for some real, like, high profile individuals that are using this. But more importantly, because of the simplicity in which they speak to that has allowed them to scale, right? Cody Sanchez has hundreds of companies, and she buys companies all over the US and North America. And she integrates them. She builds up skills and then sells them. But her team's fairly small, and she leverages the power of AI to be able to do those things. And so we want to jump into how operators are actually using AI today. And so we're going to uncover the 4 biggest practical cases in where AI is being used. And this is a theory, okay? These are real frameworks for transformation. So number 1 is SOPs and documentation. Now, guys, I can tell you, because I have seen this many times. You go to organizations and everybody thinks they have SOPs. They think they do, but no, what actually happens is they had the intent of building SOPs and they just never got done. They started with 1 or 2 pages. Maybe they did 1 full SOP and that's it. The power of AI now lets you build SOPs in record time using voice notes. You could literally talk to a voice note like something like this, and this will summarize everything for you, and it will get you to do step-by-step procedures, training modules, onboarding guidelines, safety instructions, estimator work instructions. All this that can be used at any time. So if you're a contractor, if you're a service company, and just think about it, you could be driving, talking to your app saying, hey, turn this job, as you might be describing it on the road, turn this into a full estimating SOP. You walk into a site, like this is what you describe what you're seeing. You describe what you see as could be issues. Say, put this as a pre-job checklist, and it will do it for you in minutes, seconds, really, right? It'll transcribe notes for you. All this within minutes, all definitely within under an hour. So number 2, invoicing and administrative paperwork. This is really where I have to tell you, it's your fastest ROI on this platform or these platforms. I had a 7-truck HVAC company tell me the other day that they spent 3 weeks on invoicing because they were so far behind. AI now lets them do 80% of that for them.
Hector, just what slide are you on?
Keep going, Willie. Yeah, right there. There you are. Yeah. And so as we go through this, right, like we're talking through the points of where this is used, this company, and this is one of the things that I always hear the caution of is like, all right, with AI, I'm going to have to let some people go. I'm not ready to let them go. No, that's a myth. Don't think of it in that way. That's a caution. This organization, this HVAC company, they didn't fire anybody. When they gained 80% of their time back, they redeployed that admin team into functions that allowed them to scale. So into customer retention, customer communication, follow-up, and the customer experience. That is what happened. So what did they do? Because they deployed them, they actually, their close rate improved. Their cash flow accelerated and their team stress dropped, right? So those are the type of things that this tool can do for you. The next one is job costing. This is so important because AI can now process receipts, photos, voice memos, purchase orders, labor notes, all instantly. Think of like your field staff that goes out and they're trying to put together what have they been working on the whole day. When a clear voice note can summarize their activity, detail it, and have it stored for everybody to see. So you could see job costing summaries, you could see variance reports, you could see margin alerts, you could even see safety documentation all in ones, right? Now, the power of AI is that it can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you when used correctly. Now, the 4th one is leadership communication. And this is like one of the most exciting pieces of AI is that it's becoming quietly a very cool tool for your second line leaders because it can transcribe meetings. It can extract action items instantly. It can do like follow-up emails for your leadership staff. It can do drafting agendas. Yeah, it can like build job ads. It could create all kinds of stuff that today our leaders may struggle with the knowledge to how to do it. And they can leverage AI, to make them faster, but to also improve their knowledge on some of these skills. One founder that I talked to said, man, it's like having this $50 an hour executive assistant when I'm taking notes and literally getting everything that I would forget. This person or this tool allows me to never forget it because it captures all the information. And this is how operators are scaling without adding headcount. They're in fact leveraging this to become more efficient. So here's the 5 tasks that every leader, founder should automate. You ready? Here we go. These are where you're going to get your biggest return on investments. Number 1, your weekly notes for your meetings. You can transcribe, you can make decisions, you can have action items, you can do follow-ups with AI. All of this is done through handling the automation of it. No more walking away from a meeting wondering, what did we decide again? Wondering who took those notes. Did everybody capture the right notes? No, because it's already there for you. It's summarized. It tells you the entire conversation. The second task that everyone should be doing is SOP drafting. Okay, so this is important because you have SOPs, you have drafting descriptions, where you have organized material, and you have follow-ups. So all of this is for non-technical founders. This is for people that just want to get organized. Because, let's face it, sometimes even in like when you're starting up, you're wearing many hats. We've seen it here where owners are in the field, right? You're going to go see customers. And so you're busy, you're wearing many hats. You want to make sure that you're detailed, and this speeds all of this type of activity for us. Task number 3 is job costing. And we talked about this earlier, but this is something that truly gives you the details, okay? AI gives you cost breakdowns, it gives you margin analysis, it gives you variance alerts, and this protects your cash flow. The last one is task 4, which is invoicing and paperwork. AI organizes everything faster, cleaner notes, better accuracy, and again, increases your cash flow. Now,
Hector, this slide is a little messed up. Invoicing was number 2, and on number 4, we're
Where's
on.
Lauren?
Where's Lauren? We're missing Lauren.
Where's Lauren?
Yeah.
Lauren knows how to drive this one.
You need the AI to flip the screen when you're talking.
That's
Just
it.
know
That's
that.
what we need. That's all good. We'll continue going
Yeah.
here. All right. We'll continue going. So as far as your client and staff communication, right? Now, this is important. AI writes, can rewrite very clear messages, and AI can clean up communication to make it sound professional. And it summarizes long threads for everybody. Now, my caution with AI, because I've been saying all these really good things about it, and I believe that it's a great tool. Here's my caution with it. It is something that we have to make sure we do our due diligence in reading through the documents that AI creates for us for accuracy, okay? And that we are thorough and do not just simply send out the first draft that AI sends out. That is a big caution that I'd like to communicate here, because when you're learning, you're going to see, oh, wow, this is really cool. This is awesome. I can send this out. Well, you want to look professional. Do not send the one with all the emojis in there, the rocket ships and the check marks, and like, don't do that to yourself, right? Have it clean, have it be clean, have it prompted well so that you run a few questions through the AI to clean it up, summarize it, make it look your own, change your wording style, and then send out those drafts and those emails responses. And that's when you're going to really see the true win around AI use for when it comes to communication tools. Okay. Now, here's the tools. I'm going to share with this group specific tools that you cannot stop using. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right about the arbitrage. Let's talk about this. This is important. As we go through an arbitrage, you might be thinking, like, what is that? Like, what does this mean for us? AR arbitrage is simple. It's how small companies adopt AI faster and big companies move slower. So all of a sudden, the little guy looks like the big guy, the national brand, because AI arbitrage allows you to get that professional feel. And this was a true story. We had this really cool renovation crew, and they were using AI to build out a proposal. Okay. They had a proposal they needed to kick back out. They were into our last bid, and they wanted to, it was like a $300,000 job. But they were the little guy, and they were going up against some big players. So they put it all into the AI. It made it look so clean. The proposal was amazing. They ended up winning the job. And the owner was telling me the other day, he's like, I can't believe that we got this. Now we got to go be ready for this scale up and get the right people so I can actually do this job, because they weren't sure they were even going to have an attempt at it. But, here it is. Got a $300,000 job that just landed on them because they took the time to use AI within, like, back and forth with the tool, 45 minutes or less. They got the wording, they got the pictures, they got the documentation structured, sent out, and it won the proposal over some major large organizations. So, that's the power of AI arbitrage. So, another one, like, I have a cleaning company in Grand Prairie, and we use AI all the time. Our people use site quality reports, and they send in photos, notes, all of that, and customer resolutions that I use through AI. And we send that off to the clients. They love it. Like, it's super easy for our team to use, and it keeps us looking like we're a big team, but we're really, like, we have one person that manages a group of 5 people out there, and they're managing, 30 contracts in Grand Prairie. So it's a cool little thing, and they don't know that we're a small little organization. As far as they're concerned, we're a little, a bigger commercial cleaning company. So that's the power of that. Now, as we talk about tools, I was saying, I'm gonna give you some tools that everyone here, if you're not using them yet, you can go ahead and start to capture these. We're gonna start off with ChatGPT, because I think everyone here has heard of ChatGPT. Now, do not use ChatGPT, the free version. I'm gonna tell you this quite openly. Spend the 20 bucks and go use ChatGPT Pro. Okay. Anything that's free, I learned this the other day. If you're using the free model, guess who the guinea pig is? Right? So just so you know that, right? And so you're not getting the most up to date. You're not getting all of the functionalities. You're getting a lot of errors. So if you're using the free one, if you want to use the free to get comfortable, okay. But once you start using it for your business, invest the $20 a month. It's well worth it. Now, another tool that you could use is called Claude. These, both ChatGPT and Claude, do great writing summaries. They write SOPs, and you could use them for job costing. Like, very simply, within seconds, you could use it for that. Okay. Firefly or Otter. These are great for meeting notes. You're having a virtual meeting, or you're sitting down with a person having a coffee. You have your AI note taker with you. You summarize everything that you've just talked about. No more pen and paper and writing everything down. You discuss your conversation, you email it back and forth to each other, and it's all done. Easy, simple, and clean and effective. Another tool is Notion AI or ClickUp AI for SOP storage and workflows. And Willie, you were saying earlier about your Notion example that you've found it to be quite useful. Anything that you want to add on that one?
Yeah, no, we use it at our LCO marketing company. And yeah, we manage all our internal tasks and all our SOPs and stuff on there. Actually, all our inquiries on customers that want to run ads in our magazine, all is done on Notion.
Yeah, it's super cool to be used. And I've seen a company that uses it as well, and I thought is a great SOP storage tool. Another tool is Zapier or Make. These are automation triggers. These are really good for streamlining automation. And then the last one that I'll give with everybody here is Loom with transcription for training videos. Who here has to train people? We all do at some point, right? And so if you want to create a training library, do you want to use the old methods or do you want to use the new ones? And there's nothing like a video tutorial to walk people through what you're trying to teach them. And this will capture the video with transcription, with notes, and it has a nice library for your entire organization to leverage. So my advice, start simple, but start today because momentum beats complexity. And what I mean by that is like the more you use it, the less complex that it'll become, the more comfortable you will become with it. And you'll see how this actually is a tool that will help you become better and more efficient in your business and how it's going to return that ROI that you're expecting from this type of technology. Now, here's your challenge for today. I want you to record a 3-minute voice note. This is for those that are not using AI, because I'm going to guess who is in the room already, but those that aren't, right? Open a voice note in your phone. We all have those voice notes. We have them there. Explain any process in your business. I don't care if it's onboarding, invoicing, closing out a job, a safety checklist. Upload that to ChatGPT or your favorite AI tool and let it generate the SOP for you. Let it generate your training content for you. Because this is exactly how founders who hate documentation end up with full operational SOP systems. You talk and the AI builds it. It's that simple. It's super slick and easy to use. Now, I'll tell you this, AI is not the future. AI is truly not complicated. And AI is not just for tech companies. AI is the new operational advantage. The founders who adopt now will be leaner, they'll be faster, they'll be more profitable, they'll be more consistent, and they will definitely be less overwhelmed as new tools evolve because they will. And you do not want to be left behind. The gap in 2026 won't be between who's smarter, it will be between who's automated and who's not. Take action and use these tools because I can tell you they will help build systems at scale. Like that's what I've seen. We use them, I use them all the time. And I can tell you that they shave hours off my day. There's no way that I could be doing and be involved in the number of organizations that I'm involved in if it wasn't for the power of AI and the time that it allows me to gain back. And I use it from everything from planning out my day, planning out my month, getting content and verifying content to even my macros that I eat. I use an AI tool to take pictures of the food that I'm about to consume because you might tell I like to go to the gym and like to have a healthy lifestyle. And it tells me what my calorie intake is by simply taking a picture, and it tells me the type of like the quantity of protein, the macros, like the carbs that I'm about to eat, all of that stuff by just leveraging that technology. So it's for everyday application. And I think it's a really cool concept. So that's what we had for you today.